You know how sales can be intimidating when you really just don't know what to do or say? Hi, my name is Brooke Greening, and I am co-founder of Building Momentum Resources, where I equip businesses and sales professionals with on-demand training, sales coaching, and strategy sessions to give them confidence to sell more. And here are my 5 most effective sales techniques that leaders need to know. Number 1, work your funnel. I have been so surprised as I talk to clients and sales professionals how easy it is to be passive in your sales funnel. A symptom of passivity is when you're using phrases such as, "I'm just checking in to see where you're at," or "I'm following up from last week's conversation," or the double whammy, "I'm checking in to follow up." None of those help you or your customer. And excellent salespeople know that they're not just waiting for some sort of magic to happen for their customer to be ready to buy. They are being intentional in their conversations to move their customer forward. And when I talk to people, a lot of people want to be intentional, but they just don't know how. And so intentionality starts with 2 objectives in every sales call that you're going to have. The first objective is you want your customer to know what they need to do to move forward. You are going to tell them what the next step is. And then the second piece is you need to know, is your customer going to do that? If so, when? And if not, why? When you have these 2 pieces to every part of your sales funnel, you are going to be amazed at how much this is going to make your sales grow. Number 2, listen more than you talk. Now this is a hard one for me because I love to talk. You should just ask my husband. But in my former life, I used to be in plays and musicals, and I loved being the center of attention. And if we're honest, I still love being in the center of attention. But what I have learned and I believe is that in sales, when you're talking more than your customer is, you're doing it wrong. The key to effective sales is having the right questions so you can listen to your customer more. And sometimes what I do is I take notes with my customers, and that helps me to remember this is about them, it's not about me. And it also shows them that I care so much about what they're going to say that I'm writing it down. Number 3, discover your customer's needs. Anytime I've not had a great sales conversation and I walk away and I feel like, well, that could have gone better, it's always because I didn't listen to my customers' needs and I launched into my products and services too quickly. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, my husband and I were talking to a business coach as we were thinking about maybe hiring them to help us. And they asked if they could ask a few questions. But they maybe asked one, and then they launched into their pitch for 15 minutes. They didn't ask me any questions. They just went into how great it was going to be, how much our life was going to get easier. And about every minute and a half, I started getting more and more irritated. It's not a big surprise. I did not buy from them. When you don't listen to your customers' needs and you just launch into your products and services quickly, you are literally yelling at your customer. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you want. All I want to do is finish what I have to say to get you to buy. That is not how you want to treat your customers. You want to listen and you want to be able to ask questions to understand your customers' needs. Remember, your customers have problems that they want you to solve. If they didn't, there would be no reason to buy from you. Number 4, ask for objections, don't create them. Objections are a great thing to have from your customers because it helps you to see where they might be confused about your products and services. Now notice I said ask for the objection, don't create it. We create objections when you say things like, well, I know this is going to be expensive, but, or I know this is going to take a lot of time, but don't create the objections, ask for them. When you are asking for the objections, you are valuing your customer because you're giving them space to be able to share the questions and concerns that they have about working with you. You're also showing them the confidence you have in yourself and the products and services that you offer because you're not afraid to talk about the questions and concerns that they have. Remember, your customer is always going to have objections, and they're either going to share them with you or with someone else, and then end up buying from them. So in your next sales conversation, say this: What questions or concerns do you have before we move forward? Proactively bringing objections into the conversation is going to result in more sales. Number 5, ask for the sale. You miss 100% of the sales you don't ask for. Now you may be thinking, I asked for the sale, but I want to challenge you. Are you asking for the sale directly, or are you doing it in a more of an indirect approach? You're doing it indirectly when you say things like, I'm going to follow up with you next week, or I'm going to give you a call to see what questions you have. Even when you say, I'm going to send you a proposal, none of those are actually asking for the sale. So why do we soften our ask? A lot of times it's because we're already convinced that our customer is not going to buy from us. Maybe they didn't seem that interested when we were talking with them. Maybe we feel like our competitor is already going to be beating us out. Or maybe we're just not sure how to handle the objections that they're going to bring. It's really easy to assume that our customers are going to say no. But when we start to think that way, we start to ask weaker questions because we don't want to hear no. And that is not valuing your customer, and it's not going to help you to make more sales. You need to ask for the sale in a way that allows your customer to say, yes, I am going to buy from you today, or no, I am not. Say this in your next conversation. Is this something you want to move forward with today? You want to ask for the sale every single time. It is going to build your confidence, and you're going to make many more sales. My name is Brooke Greening, and this has been my 5 most effective sales techniques that leaders need to know. And as a sales coach, I love to hear how it's been able to help others. So let's connect on LinkedIn or on my website and share with me how this has been a help.